kind of the runway into bigger tech. I had been at smaller firms previously, and I knew I needed to get a foot in the door somehow. Consulting did that for me, and EM did that for me, which I'm forever grateful for. I think also the flexibility of being a consultant was appealing, and in a time I started consulting, in the middle of COVID, so being remote was important to me. But the combination of getting a foot in the door to bigger organizations and more impactful organizations, as well as the freedom and flexibility that consulting provides, knowing that if I'm getting my work done, I can do it from anywhere at any time, is super awesome and inspiring, and makes me want to be a consultant. It really allows you to dive into a project and forget kind of the corporateness that can happen at certain places when people are jockeying for raises and promotions. Being a consultant on a project allows you to have a super clear line of sight into what you need to get done and make impact almost immediately. People don't hire consultants because they just need an extra body. They are hiring consultants because they have a project that they need to get done, or they need help on a certain initiative, and it's normally high impact that it needs to get done now, because hiring someone full time takes a little bit more time and more resourcing and whatnot. So it's really allowed me to dive in right away and show impact right away, which is, once you get momentum on a project and you show progress and suddenly it's a polished product and project, it's a great feeling, and it's something that consulting really allows you to do a little bit more than being a full-time hire and learning a matrix and learning an organization and learning, oh, you might not want to talk to this person about that. The little birdie on the shoulder politics that can happen at organizations. You don't really have to involve yourself in any of that. You can kind of put the blinders on to anything that's not project work related, and just start running and really show impact. I think my secret sauce comes in two forms, and it's demeanor and being the lens of the customer. So the demeanor aspect, I like to take a positive demeanor into everything that I do. It can be the worst project in the world, and the world's on fire, and we need to get something out the door, but that doesn't mean you have to be grumpy about it. Also, I kind of prided myself on being the voice of the customer, and I think that's something that we really need to focus on in the midst of profits and budgets and headcount and whatnot. We're all at an organization to serve the customers that buy the product or buy the service. So I like to remind people of that. I think it's refreshing for a lot of companies to have, an outside perspective come in and say, hold on, like, this might be a really good idea, but is it what customers want? Sometimes we get lost in our own intelligence, that we forget what actually the needs of our customer are. So I like to keep grounded in that and approach every project in that lens.